Angeles from the air. We're coming to you live from the Staples Center. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Clippers. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Boston Celtics. And then on Friday, they're off to Toronto to face the Raptors.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Last season, James Harden moved past Larry Bird on the career points list. Harden said, passing one of the greatest ever is a great honor. I just got to continue to build because at the end of the day, I want my name to be mentioned with those greats. Well, it already is. Guys?
I agree, David. Every word of it. Absolutely. Thank you. And both teams tonight, Greg, can go deep into their benches. It seems like a growing trend.
Yeah, I think teams are digging deeper more than ever before, and even getting into two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys.
So the Nets starting five. Hill's out there with Harden, and it's Bembry in at the 4. And for Los Angeles, he'll be the Nets off the tip. Here's Claxton.
Hey, yo, Mills.
Now here's Harden. Over Kennard. And, yep, finally dropped after rolling around the rim.
You know, usually Harden is at the rim or behind the arc, but he's got that mid-range game in his bag, too.
Now here's Bledsoe. Defense is right there. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Here's Zubac. Here's Bembry. Kicks it out to Harden. Pass to Mills. Here's Claxton. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Trains the three-pointer.
Boy, what a find. Harden's passing skill. Incredible. James did win an assist title, you know.
And Harden really looks like he's been having fun out there.
I would agree with that, Kevin. And he says he's the same way off the court, too. I don't know him off the court, but he says he loves meeting new people. I don't have any trouble believing that. He enjoys engaging with kids. Certainly the bright tennis shoes are part of everybody's NBA attire now, but he wears it as an expression of his personality.
Chalk up 2 there.
Well, I tell you what, with Harden, sometimes it seems the more the defense bodies him up, the more determined and effective he is in scoring.
Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
And we all know what can happen when he gets rolling. A hot start can turn into an explosive scoring night.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
Back to Bledsoe. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup. Bledsoe's got 7. The Nets have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Here's Harden to the middle. Here's Claxton. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Assist from
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a win against the Lakers. And the foul on Harden.
James
That's
Harden.
his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And there's the pass to Bledsoe. And the foul on Harden.
James
That'll
Harden.
be his second foul of the game.
Second personal foul.
Already his second
Second
foul.
team foul.
He's in danger of getting into
Coming
serious
on the
foul
floor for the
trouble
Nets,
early in this game.
James
Johnson, he's checked in for James Harden.
Out of bounds.
And out of bounds as
Nets
Brooklyn
ball.
gains possession. Nets leading by 4. Mills passes to Claxton. Yes, that goes in.
Nicholas
Oh,
Claxton.
this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Now, here's Kennard, covered by Mills. Here's Bledsoe. It's blocked. Out of bounds,
Out of
Clippers
bounds.
ball as the Clippers keep
Clippers
possession.
basketball.
A different look for the Clippers. Baca comes in for Ivica Zubats. And it's Justin Winslow in for Eric Bledsoe. There's Winslow. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Mills passes to Claxton. Mills with it. We saw him with 29 points last game. Here's Bembry. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
That's his first personal
Boy,
foul.
do they look sharp. I mean, everything falling
Shooting
for
for
them.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And
Shooting
they've had
one.
really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Coffey's checked in. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Here we are, Clark, at the midway point of the season. Lots of guys banged up. Is it hard to decide for a player when to play through an injury and when to sit?
Taking
Yeah,
two
you know,
shots.
so many factors to consider there, Kevin. I mean, is the injury going to get worse by you trying to play? Is it a matter of pain tolerance and you won't do any additional damage? So that's the delicate dance you're trying to figure out when you're considering
Serge
playing
Ibaka.
while not being
That's his first
100%.
personal foul.
The biggest one to me is obviously, is it a long-term
At the line for the Nets,
impact if you continue to
Number 44.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Brooklyn with the ball. Justice Winslow missing his last shot. The three from Mills. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Mills has got 5 now.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Here's Johnson following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Winslow with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
Mills passes to Claxton. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, 6 points for him.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Here's Winslow. After the basket by Brooklyn. Johnson with the block. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. Following the bucket by the Nets. It's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Man checked in for Marcus Morris.
Two minutes remaining in the
And here's
first.
Brown. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Mills finds Brown. The Nets working the ball around now. Down low. It's stolen by Ibaka. Now here's Winslow. Defense right on him. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. He's checked in for Brooklyn.
Coming onto the floor for the Nets.
There's a minute 40 left in the first quarter. Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to man from deep. Mills with the rebound. Nets leading by 14. Inside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And for a player with Blake Griffin's physical makeup, it was a big adjustment when he had to deal with injury issues. He's really had to reshape his body and his game.
It's his first trip to the line.
This season, the percentage right around 72%, so not the kind of success he was hoping for.
Guys, he's slightly fallen off his pace from a year ago at the line, and those points from the stripe have been a little harder to come by.
And one thing about Griffin and the injuries, Greg, that he went through, he did everything he could to get his body back to where it needed to be.
And he didn't care what it was, yoga, weights, conditioning, you name it, because he knows how important it is to be able to elevate. And Griffin needs to be explosive, and he'll work 24/7 to make sure he is.
Here's Griffin after the basket by Los Angeles. Now Mills. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists now in this one. There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Rebound, Brooklyn. Brown the pass to Griffin. Kicks it to Galloway. On the wing, Brown. Passes it to Griffin. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Foul.
Los Angeles shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
15 foul.
And the first one drops. Los Angeles making a switch here.
Keon Johnson at the line for 2.
And Johnson drops them both. Here's Mills. 7 points in the game. From down in the low post, it goes. Mills has got 9 points.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We come back right after this. Glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the Nets have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Bruce Brown. Be out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden, and it's Galloway in at the 2 guard. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Paul George has taken some heat in recent years. He says people get so caught up in what other folks think. I'm Paul George. I don't care to be anybody else. I am who I am. You love it or you don't. Simple as that. Guys, with his play on the floor, he has answered all of his critics.
He is certainly playing at an elite level. EA, thank you. And big men's roles have adjusted Clark in today's game. You take a young Clark Keller and put him in this style of play. What adjustments would he make?
Well, that's a great question, Kevin. I would love to play this up and down, wide open style of basketball. I'm just not sure if I'd be athletic enough to make it happen, but it is more of a face-up rather than post-up game. And maybe I could be part of a small ball lineup, creating havoc with big guys trying to guard me on the perimeter.
And I like that they're not settling. Hitting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Nice finish there. Harden is just calibrated to absorb contact and complete the play.
Clippers trail by 19. Knocked loose. One-on-one fast break. Lets it go with the 3. And with the rebound. Defended by Griffin. Griffin with some nice D. Nets leading by 19. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on B.
Number 97.
That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. Coming onto the floor for the Nets.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Winslow against Harden. The 10-footer. He doesn't hit that one. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Goes up on the wing. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Winslow, good on the shot. Winslow's got his second basket of the night. Nets have gotten 4 of the first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Here's Harden. Pass to Johnson. Here's Claxton. Power down with both hands.
Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
The 10-footer. Again, Los Angeles.
And just a smooth jumper. Something Morris entered the league with, but now he's hitting it with more consistency.
Here's Harden driving the lane, and the jam by Harden.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played.
And really an incredible playmaker his entire career. Harden has taken that up a notch. And
wow.
Timeout. And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
There's Winslow. Brooklyn with the rebound. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
Yeah, and they got the better of this matchup both times they faced off last season. Do they still have their number?
Well, the sample size wasn't that big. I mean, 2 games, not a lot to go on. But they are 2 teams at the top of the pile in each of their conferences. And because of that, I expect it to be competitive.
Johnson left side. Good, and the nice assist from Winslow.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
You know, whenever James Harden steps onto the courts, you're almost expecting him to go off. He's got a great reputation that's well earned in this league as an elite scorer.
Winslow up top. He's got 5. There's the steal. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play Then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Harden the pass to Johnson.
2 minutes remain in the first half.
On the wing,
2
Harden.
minutes.
And he elevates for the
James
slam.
Harden.
Justice Winslow did not like that.
You know, when Harden gets deep inside positioning, he's ready for the throwdown because he's more athletic than people give him credit for.
Harden against Winslow. The pass to Kennard. Top of the key, Ibaka. Off target with the open look.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
The three from Harden hits the three-point bomb.
James Harden.
Harden's
3
got
points.
23 points.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his third personal foul.
He'll take his
foul.
third and fourth free throw shots of the game right
At the
here.
line for your
Not the
Clippers.
best statistic
Justice
for him in
Winslow.
terms of his performance
Taking
at the
2
line.
shots.
Very low numbers.
Guys, I think free throw shooting is all about rhythm and confidence, and he hasn't been able to establish any rhythm
Shoot
there
2.
this season.
He's off on the first. For the Clippers, Coffey's checked in, and it's Eric Bledsoe in for Kennard. The Nets making a switch here. Good on the second free throw. 1:16 left in the first half. Harden outside. Unloads from 13. Another one
James
falls for
Harden.
Brooklyn.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And again, no good by the Clippers. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Pass to B. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Bledsoe outside. Takes it from 10, and the Clippers miss again. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. And here's Mills for 3, and again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Passes it to Coffey. Johnson outside. To the inside. Buries it down low. 6 points for Marcus Morris.
You know, Bledsoe has developed his basking skills to the point where you've got to respect that part of his game. He's doing a nice job finding his open guys.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. It's the Nets running away with this one. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. High-scoring half, Blake. What broke this game open?
It starts on defense. You know, our defense did a good job of getting stops, getting rebounds, getting out in the open floor, and got some easy buckets, and then, shots start to fall.
Looked good in the first half, Blake. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 25 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. The first 2 quarters tonight looked a lot like what we saw from him in his last game. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
They've been struggling to get shots in general, but down low, they've been paper soft. Hate to say it. giving up way too many easy looks. They can't protect the rim more effectively in the second half. It's going to be a long ride home.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Kennard, the bounce pass. Shoots from the baseline. Again, Los Angeles.
And a guy who's considered somewhat NBA ready when he entered the league. It's taken Morris a few years to get used to it, but now he's starting to be a consistent contributor.
Brooklyn's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. And looking at the Nets, Harden out there with Mills, and it's Claxton in at the 5. Harden kicks to Mills. Here's Bembry. Plays it up and banks it in. Bembry's got 5 points so far.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
And for Los Angeles, 5 on the clock. Kennard for 3. And it's James Harden with the rebound. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the rejection by Zubac. Bledsoe against Harden. Clippers moving the ball around. Shot from 12, and that's good for 2. 10 points for him.
The polished mid-range game of Morris. Some of his best shots come from about that 12 to 20-foot range.
Fires from the line. Bucket is good.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
From the baseline. And he sinks that one hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
On the wing, Harden. Trying to find Mills. Gets it to him. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
Go, man up on Eric.
Zubac trying to break loose. Good. Nice job down low.
The shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Now here's Mills. He's got 16. It's Harden with the drive. Yep, that one goes. Harden's got 27 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Nailed from three-point land.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Mills looking it over. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams will make substitutions.
First team foul. Coming onto the floor for the Nets.
Here's Bembry, and the rejection by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Brooklyn Nets are creating a fresh legacy. Kevin Durant says it's new energy. We're one of the first teams in Nets history where fans are expecting us to do good things. The basketball culture is deep in Brooklyn, and they're looking for a team to latch on to. Well, guys, it looks like they found a good one.
I agree, David. Thanks. It's good.
He's got to be exasperated right now, fellas. They're playing excellent ball, but they're still losing.
Here's Mills. He's got 16. The shot missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Kennard. And good as it just snugs right down through the net. The Nets have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. And he gets it to go. He's got 12.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
At times in his career, Ibaka has looked out of control when forced to finish through defenders. That time, keeps his poise and reaps the benefits.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Nets?
They've been penetrating with a certain amount of ease, guys, just as much in this half as the first.
Keon Johnson.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Coming onto the
and the
floor
Nets
for the
making a
Nets.
change here.
James
Johnson's
Johnson.
checked in. Clippers on defense. Brown kicks to Johnson. Now the pass to B. Lets a floater go. That one falls. Coming off the Johnson feet.
James Johnson.
B's got his second bucket.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Pass to Johnson.
2 minutes
On deep.
in the
Buries the long-range jumper. Johnson's got 9.
3-point basket. Keon Johnson.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the third. With his first shot attempt, again the Nets for 2. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Coffee passes to Mann. Johnson right side. Pass to Coffee. Left side Ibaka. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And the lean frame of Ibaka taking the punishment, but still converting the basket. Toughness.
And it's Johnson. That time on the assist by Mills.
Patrick Mills.
Mills has got assist number 7 for him tonight. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. Here's Coffee. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
It's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
It's the Nets now. 54 seconds left to play in the third. Ball's knocked loose, so it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
Brooklyn
Winslow's
basketball.
checked in for the Clippers.
Now, into the lineup for your Clippers, Justice Winslow.
Round down low. Johnson's there. Brown inside. He's guarded by Johnson. Johnson with the defensive effort. Here's Coffee. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Hey, I'm stating the obvious here, but he was very comfortable taking that shot. Not a defender in sight.
30 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Mills passes to Johnson. And he drives in, and Johnson with the stuff.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Johnson, that's for 2. Second chance shot, and he lays it up and in. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, and you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Nets out in front, running away with it. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Harden. He's out there with Brown, and it's Claxton in at the 5 spot. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Number 44.
Here's Galloway. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Clippers moving the ball around. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
To the paint. And Harden with the stuff.
An elite score, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
Pass to Coffee. Clark, between the draft and free agency and big mid-season trades, it feels like we rarely see the same team twice season to season.
Yeah, guys move around quite a bit, more so than in the past, Kevin. I don't necessarily know if that's good or bad. It's certainly different. I tend to lean towards guys staying in the same place longer. That would be my personal preference, but the landscape has shifted and changed, and it's overall probably a positive thing for the players.
He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Galloway has got his first points of the night. Clippers trail by 21. Driving to the basket.
And how high can you fly? I mean, he finishes that one with some pop.
GA after getting loose in the lane with a scintillating move.
Well, I tell you what, he deserves to do some collar popping after that sequence.
And he's going up for the alley-oop.
You know, the unselfish attitude Harden has helps his team. Awesome at moving the ball.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Some changes for Brooklyn. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for B. And DeAndre Bembers subbed in for Langston Galloway. For Los Angeles, they've gotten all three of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. The baseline J, and he drops that one in. He's got 19.
Wow, I'll tell you, Morris is on one tonight, pumping his points in left and right.
In the corner, it's Griffin. The shot from the low post is good. And the Nets lead by 21.
And then those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number one has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Kennard for three. Sinks the three-pointer.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Griffin against Zubac. And Blake Griffin again. Griffin's got 6 here in this quarter.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Bledsoe with, and Griffin picks him up defensively. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
I tell you what, if you're going to hit Bledsoe, you really got to give it to him, because when you don't, he just works through that contact.
And the Nets making a change here. Mills is checked in. And the foul called on Marcus Morris.
Marcus Morris.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
Right side, Griffin. Shots good by Mills.
Assist
The
from
defense not putting up
Griffin.
any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Score the basket for his 10th make. 10 for 12. 83% accuracy.
And working the painted area, Morris with just enough size and quickness to finish the play, even with a hand in his face.
The pass to Harden. Takes a three. Shots good by Mills.
Three-point basket.
Mills has got 9 points now in just the second half. LA's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And he drops it in from the low post.
And the powerful frame of Morris. Difficult to knock him off his rhythm, and there finishing through the contact.
Nets leading by 20. Mills with it. Pass to Harden. Puts up a three. And the Nets another three.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
And the shot goes in.
Nice to see Bledsoe sharing the wealth. Good solid decision-making right there.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his third foul of the game. And Greg, with recent legal results, more opportunities now for compensation for college athletes. Do you like it?
I do. I mean, there's enough money going around. I don't have a problem with the athletes getting a share, especially with the amount of time and effort and energy they have to commit. Just take care of the guys. Let them enjoy what the league is.
No surprise there. I mean, realizing he has the size advantage, he exploits it perfectly.
Brooklyn's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. And the foul called on Marcus Morris.
Marcus Morris.
That
Sr.
will get him his fourth
That's
foul
his
of the
fourth
game.
personal foul. Third team foul.
Poked away. Down low. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Nets lead by 21.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Covered by Mills.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down hard and simply.
1:27 left in the game. Harden against Bledsoe. And he lobs it up toward the rim, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Nets.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for James Harden.
But from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
There's 48 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Mills. Tight defense on him. Pass to Harden. And he finishes nicely
James
on the
Harden.
layup. Harden's got 36.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Inside, here's Claxton, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
And here's Mills.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but
at the line for the Nets.
Shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
Second free throw, no good.
Yeah, the Australian Mills continues to prove his value. I mean, he's extremely good in the locker room. He hustles all the time. And he's a guy who earns and demands respect because of his attitude and consistency.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thanks very much, James. You have seen every type of defense from opponents over the years. What do you enjoy about that back-and-forth challenge?
Just every single game I'm trying to figure out what they're doing and how can I be aggressive and attack it. I love playing a game of basketball. I love being crafty and just trying to compete at a high level every single night. It takes a lot, but I'm built for it, and I'm going to just continue to keep going.
Well, you won the chess match tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.